IT in the D, only on rawradiox.com.
Conan, what is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of your women.
The following program is intended for mature audiences.
This is the ladies' man.
I can't say no, and I don't really want to, so I'm...
Well, especially with the back doors open.
We just lost our clean tag on iTunes.
How much scotch did you drink that night, by the way?
Half a bottle.
Okay, then shut the hell up.
Woo! You're in your underwear, I'm in my underwear. Here, let's hang out.
No, I'm sorry, honey, I have a headache.
Bear me.
Woo!
I may have to wipe the geek off.
You're not very informative, but wow, are you entertaining?
You're so white right now.
Shut up. Stop talking.
How are we not sponsored by PBR and Slim Jim yet? Damn it.
Take him to Detroit. No! No, not Detroit! No! No, please! Anything but that! No!
I used to hang out at the Magumbo Bar. It was a rough place, the seediest dive on the wharf, populated with every reject and cutthroat from Bombay to Calcutta. It's worse than Detroit.
You will never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Then don't come! Shut up!
Yeah, I can't take that position. I don't know who brought that bell in, but Bob's got a new toy.
Guess Captain Soundboard doesn't know how to run the soundboard.
When are we going to talk about me?
Are we at a break yet?
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
The question isn't what are we going to do, the question is what aren't we going to do?
Ludicrous speed! Go!
And welcome to episode 21, American Legal, here at the IT and the D show, presented by DetroitNet.org. As always, we are in the Raw Radio X studios in beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. You are hosted by Bob the Sales Guy, here with David Geek, Jeff of Voice the Reason, and Jeff Haase. Your title of DetroitNet is what? I'm in charge of the beer?
I'm in charge of the beer. That's what it is for you.
And we've had Decepticon Spy. We've had Ask Me About My Extensive Barry Manilow collection.
Can I buy you a drink?
Yeah, can I buy you a drink? That's right.
I think you've had
Dave Phillips is my secretary.
You've had new business cards, I think, at every other event. Take care of business real quick before we forget. You can give us a call. What is the...
So we're at 313-462-0107. You can hit us up on Twitter at IT and the D. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/IT and the D. And then I guess just point of business. So we had our event last week at Falling Down Beer Company.
Yeah, we did.
We will talk about that more momentarily. And then we have upcoming, just published out to the site today. We've got and it's coming up pretty quickly. December 12th is our end of the year happy merry Christmas Kwanzaa, let's just get together and hang out and have a beer thing
that I won't be attending.
Yeah, you didn't hear that, by the way. He's not going to be there.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah, this is what happens when he misses staff meetings. He's got to make up for it, like in another town.
Got to go to Louisville.
Yep. If you could see the
disdain on Dave's face is precious.
Sorry, I have a job.
Well, that's right. Yeah, we don't actually do this for a living.
Right.
I mean, yeah, just for if this is the first time listening, or if you're new to the show, we're three guys that, wanted to do something a little bit different in town. There wasn't a good networking
to give
group.
Back.
No, we were
we wanted to have a beer with people that didn't suck.
We wanted to have a beer. Yeah. We wanted to hang out with people in the IT group
and not get charged for it. Oh, did I say that?
Right. But it kind of grew to what it is now, unbeknownst to us. And we just kind of, we like having a drink every now and then. And, we just brought some cool people with us. And lo and behold, here we are.
Well, yes. I mean, yeah.
So anyways, 12th, back, Bob's not going to be there, but Dave and I will be there.
We'll survive. We'll carry on, my wayward son. No. December 12th, we're at Rochester Mills out in Rochester Hills for what has become
our... times fast.
I don't want to right now.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah, it's our annual Support the Troops thing that we've been doing for the last 2 or 3 years now. Russ called in from Ethiopia a couple weeks back just to kind of kick it off and get the ball rolling with it. So there's a rather extensive frequently asked questions list out on the site. Please go read it. And our site, as always, is DetroitNet.org, or you can find us at itandthed.com if that makes it easier for you.
I'm sure you can find another fat guy with a go-to that drinks a lot of beer and put my name tag on him, and no one will talk to him anyway because nobody talks to me at those things.
Can Bo make it?
Probably.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can just have Haas wear Bob's name tag.
There you go.
Right.
Hey, he's been doing P90X lately. Look.
I feel like the South Park Fat Cartman episode when they sent him to Fat Camp.
Exactly.
They just got an impersonator.
I'm Bolton Spiel. I'm really getting cut these days.
That's right.
We'll update you on Kenny Powers one-liners, and you'll be good to go.
Right. So yeah, I mean that's that's I guess taking care of business for where we are and where we're going and all that fun happy hoo-ha.
So we do have a new That Guy we're going to be writing about very soon.
Yeah, which is a good So we had our event this past Thursday night at Falling Down Beer Company. Fantastic turnout. I mean, we're so happy with everything. In fact, we were talking about this earlier. You know, it's one of those things where the universe must be looking out for us, or there's some weird undercurrent that goes on out there because we've got 4,600 members in our LinkedIn group, and what would we actually do if
all of
2,000 of them decided to show up to one of our events?
Even 1,000. We've had 500. We've had 700.
Right.
No, it was like a perfectly attended event. Like we couldn't have fit 20 more. If 20 more people came, it would have been bad.
Oh yeah, it would have been a
like I
train
had to
wreck.
duck ducked outside. And,
we got the double thumbs up from Mark.
Oh, he was ecstatic. I'm sure he couldn't have been happier.
You got the email today, Dave, but it's funny. Me and Mark Larson worked together, and we couldn't figure out how we knew. Like, you look familiar. I'm like, when I posted that I was on Facebook, we were there, and the old marketing gal said, "Oh, say hi to Mark." I'm like, "Oh my God, that's the Mark Larson that was in our engineering group back in like 2001 when I worked at Vario."
It all comes together.
It does. Small world.
Yeah, freaky small world.
That's why you don't burn any bridges or piss anyone off in the whatever industry you're in, especially IT, because that's what a small world.
Which actually brings us to the next "Don't Be That Guy."
Yes. Yes.
So for those of you who are new to the show or new to us, I mean, as we kind of joked about a little bit earlier, this is something we do in what we laughingly call our free time. And we organize the events, and it takes a not insignificant amount of effort and time and getting all this stuff put together.
And we don't charge money; the events are free.
Yeah, exactly.
Nope.
Yeah, never. Yeah,
we're not getting any kickbacks from any company whatsoever.
Yeah, shocking it is to some. Yeah, we don't. We pay for our own bar tab.
That's right.
Yeah, we get told constantly we're doing this wrong.
Yep.
So one of the things that kind of evolved is we had a note that showed up in the LinkedIn group that hey, the parking wasn't really all that great, and it was dark, and it wasn't really well lit and all that kind of stuff. And all right, whatever,
lights aren't twinkling, Clark.
Yeah, exactly.
I had to walk another 50 feet. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the free beer wasn't cold enough. Okay, fine, note taken. And then somebody posted a follow-up note and got
snippy,
condescending about it. About how I belong to another professional networking
we would
group.
never.
Yeah, that's the sound clip I should have isolated.
That's right.
And if parking's ever would even remotely be an issue, then we would never go there. And blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, for the love of God, sorry. Yeah. So I I posted draft 1 of a rant that I went off on in response and shot it to Bob and Jeff. And
our second segment should just be you reading that rant.
You know what?
Because it'll actually take 20 minutes for him to get through it. He read it to us again at the bar before the show tonight. It's fantastic.
I'll pull it up. And laughably, it was Bob who said, no.
I'm like, post it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
please.
It was like a weird
voice of reason.
Yeah, it was a weird role reversal. But Bob became the voice of reason. Jeff became the devil on my shoulder, going, "Do it."
And I was like,
it was so epic.
Instead of the epic rant, it was me going, "We try our best, and I'm really sorry."
Oh yeah, Bob watered it down so bad.
Yeah, I know, I did.
But that's probably the better way to go in hindsight. I understand, but it needed to be said.
Well, and it is. I mean, and it's one of those things where
we're just going to talk about it behind his back now, which is more our style.
Well, no, but I mean, it is us 101. I mean, and that's one of the things that I don't think a lot of people get is
we're not hiding it.
Well, we're not the group that's out there charging you $20 at the door. We're not the group that's out there, getting a kickback from the bar for every 50 people that show up. We're not the group that's out there, taking kickbacks and referral fees whenever we try very hard not to think of
we're not selling anything and no one believes it.
Yeah, there's no speech, there's no
we got accused last week. The only reason you got a 501c3 is so you guys could have a tax break. It's like, well, we need revenue first for that
right.
to
Yeah, before that would ever matter. Thanks.
Right.
Yeah, if I had $1 for every time I argue with somebody that trying to convince them that we don't take money, we wouldn't need money.
The free beer isn't cold enough.
Right, exactly.
So yeah, brings an interesting point, though. It's like, you know, you're talking about like first world problems. It's like, well, parking wasn't to my liking, so I didn't go. It's
or
like,
it was too crowded in there. I couldn't talk to anyone because it was too crowded.
Oh yeah, it's so loud in here. There's only like there's 40 recruiters that want to hire me, but it's so loud I have to leave. It's like I think these people just have built-in excuses. So they'll go home, like I mentioned with the guy that left because it was too loud. He's going to go home to his wife and go, you know, I really tried to get a job, but man, it was just the event was terrible and there wasn't any, you know, it was too loud and the parking was bad, so I went home.
I couldn't talk to anybody. I couldn't see anybody. There was nobody really.
Yeah, what did you equate it to? As like a high school dance? No girls are talking to me.
The guy that walks into whatever pick your nightclub,
right.
Holding up a sign that says single and looking for a woman, and hey man, no girls came and talked to me in 30 minutes. I'm out.
Oh, that guy that walked around with the sign that said what he was doing for. Oh my God! And then gets angry. Could you, Jeff? Do you know the story, Haas? The guy is walking, like he had his title or what he wanted to do for a living, and he's walking around with a piece of paper, like a corrugated,
like a homeless guy.
Yeah, like we'll code for food, and no one came up and talked to him, and he got angry. Like
this was at one of your events?
Yeah.
No, it was. Wait, it was at the.
The second. Yeah.
It was the after party for the Great Lakes Technology Show.
Yeah.
And
that was a couple years ago, wasn't it?
No. The one just happened.
No, the Great Lakes Technology Show.
Oh, the one at
Old Shillelagh.
Old Shillelagh, thank you.
Yeah, so like literally, I walk in and he like pounces on me before I'm even like in the door situated. Like I haven't taken my coat off. I haven't I literally got to because it was on the second floor. I got to the top step and it was like and he was there and wanted to like harp on me about how like nobody was talking to him and there's nothing here and this sucks.
I got this awesome poster board that says hire me because I'm a great coder.
No, not even. It was an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper that he had folded in half and then written in like big letters in pen. So but here's the funny part, and here's how this worked. I'm like, dude, I'm literally just walking in the door. Back away. I will get with you in like 2 minutes. I swear to God.
I don't even have a beer yet.
It's been a long day. I need a drink. I got to find the host, and then I'm going to do my thing.
Yeah, it wasn't even our event.
Yeah, it wasn't even our event. So and I go find the guy that was running it, and had like a 2-minute conversation with him, and he's like, "Hey, I want to introduce you to somebody." And it's a guy who's the COO of a company that's opening up like 4 or 5 data centers here in the area, in the Metro Detroit area, and they're laying fiber, they're laying cable, they're like building data centers. Life's good.
You said laying cable.
Nice. Your children. But yeah, so and I'm like, hey, I said, just random question for you. I said, while I'm standing here, and meanwhile, this guy's just like hovering around the perimeter of the conversation. And I just said, hey, I said, you guys looking for, like data center techs, that kind of stuff? And he's like, oh yeah, all the time. He's like, we're building out data centers. I said, okay. So do you see the guy that's like right behind you? Like, and he was like, oh, the guy that's like hovering around the perimeter. I'm like, yeah. I said, so here's the deal. Said he's one of our members that comes to our group. He comes to our events. He's, looking really hardcore for a job. I know you're the COO and not a recruiter. Could you humor me for like 2 seconds and just talk to the guy and tell him there are jobs out there? Give him the contact info for one of your recruiters and we'll go from there. And he was like, yeah, man, no problem. He's like, you guys seem like you're doing really cool stuff. Absolutely happy to help. So I'm like, all right, well, excuse me for just a second. So I look between the two of them and say, okay, you come here. Notice how this took me all of 2 minutes from having an actual conversation with people and not walking around a room with a piece of paper. Here you go.
So you actually have to talk to people at a networking event to get things done?
That's the thing, though. It doesn't matter what we do.
Concept.
What we do, where we go, what we give. What do we do? There's always somebody that wants to complain, and we're at the point now where our trigger, we have such a hair trigger. You know what I always talk about? We get it at the German club too. You could, like, I always tell the story, like you could fly Wolfgang Puck out here and cook Chateaubriand for you two, wait on you hand and foot, massage your feet, and you're gonna look up and go, the green beans were a bissel cold. I think that's just the nature of some people. It's like no matter what you do, they're gonna find the littlest flaw and just exploit it. And I don't get it because...
Well, people joke with us all the time that we do this wrong, right? By not taking money or whatever.
Doubt.
That's doing networking wrong.
If you take money though, you breed that. You know what I mean? Like
because then there's a legitimate expectation.
Like you can't bitch at the soup kitchen for your free bowl of soup because it's free.
That's an outstanding analogy.
Exactly. Right. I mean,
I think we just found the title of our new "Don't Be That Guy."
We're the soup kitchens of the networking world. I mean, no.
I don't want to be the soup kitchen.
But what I'm saying,
what would that attract?
What I think is we work very hard to